What up, it's your boy T-Bear here with Reaction. So, I'll do a quick little review of this past episode of WWE Smackdown, which is pretty good. Definitely a pretty good Smackdown right here. Mainly, now they said, usually I'm not doing week reviews on every show unless something big happens. When something kind of big kind of happens, well, too. So we're gonna get you through the rundown of what went down this past SmackDown as well too. So we kicked off with the first triple threat for the tournament of the World Heavyweight Championship that would be at Night of Champions World 2 for I believe sorry, and that was with Edge versus AJ Styles and Rey Mysterio. Now, I thought Edge was going to get that win and everything. A lot of people was hard for Edge to get the win to finish his story and all that, well, too, with that. But in AJ Styles getting it, I was going to be cool with either of the three getting the win because I focus on all three since all three are baby faces, well, too. So there's that. And it was a good match, all three, though, man. All three guys who were like legends in the game in their own way showed out. And I'm proud of them as well too. But AJ got the win, so shout out to that. Then we had the second match, triple threat match. This time with Bobby Lashley, Sheamus, and Kid Theory. Though one thing I like was Lashley and Sheamus. Good little matchup as well too. Kid Theory trying to weasel his way in there. I thought they won't let him get it because he's the heel. Not me make a face versus heel, but we didn't get a face versus face. As a bloody Lashley got the win in the end. Excuse me. Good matches right there. Then we had a introduction of the first of a debut, WWE Smackdown debut of Cameron Grimes versus Baron Corbin. Was surprisingly a quick match as Corbin got the pin as well too. As later on next week we'll have Grayson Watt interview the winner of the semifinals or the Smackdown finals. I'll get to in a minute. Now. Let's get to that right now. So first thing first, we had a tag match with a women's tag title with Damage Control versus Liv, the tag team title hold Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Okay match as well. Good real match went down as well too with Liv and Raquel getting a win with a slight distraction from Io. So we could possibly get an Io Sky face turn, her breaking away from Damage Control, which I'm hoping it was well too, or both Io and Dakota might turn face and Belly might Belly might break away from them as well too. Then we had a championship celebration. We were supposed to have a championship celebration with Bianca Belair at the winning championship, but we got interrupted by a returning Asuka who spat mist in her face, and I gotta say, Bianca Belair sold it very well. I will say that she sold it very well. Well done. I never see her sold move. So I never thought that day I see her get missed, but the fact she was down with it and she sold it pretty well, kudos to her as well too. Now let's get to something big happened. That's gonna go very last. Now let's get to the finals between Bobby Lashley and AJ Styles, who made it to the semifinals of it. And I gotta say, I knew the match was gonna be very impactful with a lot of total non-stop action. Wink, wink, because both of them came from TNA, though two TNA legends who will do their thing on WWE. And both of them showed out and everything. I thought it was playtime. I thought Lashley was gonna get it and AJ, but in the end, AJ Styles got the win. So we possibly are guaranteed to have a babyface as the first title holder for the World Championship, Heavyweight Championships, as both AJ Styles and Seth Rollins is faces. I say it possibly because WWE is all about swerves or anything, so we may never know. And since it's supposedly gonna be the Raw exclusive title, there's already obvious. It's making it a little obvious that Seth could be the one to win. But like I said, WWE's feed off of Swerve. That's why I'm gonna get to do why I'm going to last. So we could have the AJ win, and he moved the Raw back to Raw along with the rest of the OC. Who knows? I mean, like I said, hopefully it is a babyface that keep the hold the title first as well too. It's well deserved, but right now you can't judge them at times because they are so hungry for the Swerve. Speaking of that, so the Bloodline had the Tribal Queen return, boo, and with the Bloodline and everything. So thinking this possibly the time that Uso they turn the Uso. The Usos returns to the face side as we'll welcome them with open arms. Not happening though. Roman talks about how only one that stepped up was Solo and everything, and he saying that KO and Sami not the problem. The Usos the problem because they lost at Mania and lost at SmackDown after they dedicate the championship match to Roman Reigns when they lost. And so the damn tribal people want to beg for apologies. Jimmy looking like, man, you serious? So for me, I thought we finally get in the I nobody's bitch Jimmy like he portrayed he's going to do before becoming Roman's bitch. We was literally getting that, and Roman and Tribal Queen shoving him like everything, and want to apologize and looks like he want to attack him, but Jay, being a little the tribal's little biatch, for now because that's his brother's keeper, apologize for him as well too. And now we get to this. So Roman said they're going to handle the KO Sami problem as they will put their tag team title line against the Bloodlines, but it's going to be against the Tribal Queen and Solo and Night Champions. Now, the Usos was disappointed. Anything. Now, it was cleared by Paul Heyman. Now, only thing I know this should guarantee to happen is the Usos possibly cost the Tribal Queen and Solo the titles, the chance for the titles with KO and Sami retaining. Like I'm saying, I'm 80%. Reason why I'm not 100% because I can't trust WWE anymore because they already swerved us by having Cody lose at WrestleMania to the Tribal Queen. Because they let Cody finish his story. So there's that. But I see there's a reason why, but still, you can't. It still stains. Number two, there's already folks talking about they're not feeling the tag team title run from KO and Sami. Now, I can vouch for this and say possibly the reason why folks are feeling like that because they're getting held back by the Bloodline story, and once again, they're in the Bloodline story again. We try and break away from the Bloodline. This was probably what making it boring to folks because they're hating with the Bloodline. Why are we still in the Bloodline? Now, this is going to be interesting how they're going to do this as well too, because Sami Zayn is against the. Sorry, I'm a little late days right now, by the way. And no, I tested negative for COVID. I'm good. Just gotta take care of names in this. But they're saying that Sammy's against going to Saudi Arabia for religious reasons, though. So there's a chance he may not go. But they're saying there's words that Syria and Saudi Arabia sold out the differences, and it could be on good terms. So Sammy might go. Either way, if Sammy don't go, there could be a swerve before the matchup or anything. It may not happen. And we might get that Uso face turn as well too. Who knows? Maybe it's just a little roost to get us thinking this wasn't going to happen. Or number two, they do go, and hopefully, as I thought, the Usos, at least both or one of them again, saying Jimmy or one of whoever's in DUI issues is might not go to might can't leave the States. Jay might be able to go and do the costing, which makes sense. Now, if this happens, it's probably the only reason I'll be okay with them prologuing this title Cody Rhodes finished story at WrestleMania 40 because they couldn't get main event Jay versus Roman at SummerSlam. That's the one reason I'll be okay with this. I really want Cody to finish his story sooner or later, but unfortunately that's not happening right now. Especially since he's on Raw right now. So and Roman's on SmackDown, so it may not happen. But please, for the love of God, don't give don't feed to any of these trolling assholes wishes and let the damn Tribal Chief win that damn tag team title belt. Please don't do that. He don't need it. He don't need it. You're doing this to please the folks that these folks who have the dark humor and gets off of folks' miseries. He finds hilarious that fans are pissed off at just like that. Don't feed it to them, please. I mean, they are like the negative part of the fandom. Please don't do that. Do not. All right, just don't. All right, it's bad enough one. You got him going for the thousand championship, the 1,000-day reign. It's bad enough folks want him to hold it to infinity and beyond. It's bad enough they're obviously possibly gonna have him pass the Hogan one. And it's bad enough fans are harping him to take that World Heavyweight title as well too, just to be assholes. But please do not let him get that tag title bust. He don't need it. He don't need it. The tag team is bad enough. He barely stays. He's part time. So why do that? Don't do that to us. Now, all in all, this is good. Now, like I said, as far as, but I'm up for the Night Champions. Looks pretty good. Obviously, we'll get Oscar versus Bianca again in Night Champions. Cody and Brock looks pretty good. Can't wait for time. Match stipulation is going to be the finals. AJ and Seth. Possibly, I guarantee Babyface to have the title. I mean, right now it looks like Seth because he's the Raw guy and everything. So, but like I said, they tend to swerve the obvious at times. So who knows? Like they did with Cody. And not guaranteed, but it's possible. Sammy and KO go against the Bloodline, but is the Tribal Chief and Solo for the Tag Team Championship at Night Champions as well too. Hopefully the Usos cost them in there too, and make the new Solos going to take the pin because they obviously they don't want the Tribal Chief to look bad by taking the pin wherever. I mean, only limit you got is getting DQ'd. That's about it. So he really didn't get a pin yet, so that's a different story. Other than that, though, all in all, this was a good SmackDown show. So if you like my review, sorry for the nasal and all that. I'm working on getting that better. It's your boy T-Bear signing off. One love.